Hello guys! Welcome to a new video of this complete course of Java for Beginners. In the video of today, we are going into the if conditions, the switch cases, and the ternary operator. From this video, you can tell you know how to program, you know how to develop an application, because the flow control is the computer science. As for all the videos of this course, you don't need any previous knowledge, just some tools to be installed. Check the first video of the playlist to be familiar with them. But stop talking and let's code. Subscribe and go. First of all, you can download the project I use in the video with the link in the description and switch to the branch chapter 5. The if conditions is the first step into the flow control of an application. You will never have an application where you will run all the commands one after the other, where all the commands will be run. That will be too easy. To make an application smart, it must return the answers depending on the input. You will need to run some parts of the application depending on the user's behavior, or on the data from the database, or depending on some strange condition that your client may want. The if conditions will split the code in almost two parts. One part which will be executed if the condition is satisfied, and the same part which will be skipped if the condition is not satisfied. Let's see it. I want to go home if it's too late. If the condition is satisfied, the code between those curly brackets will be executed. Otherwise, I jump over it to define the if condition I need. The if keyword, the parentheses where to locate the Boolean condition, and the curly brackets, which will contain the code to be executed if the condition is satisfied. The curly brackets are the same as for the methods. It's like a method inside the method, but those are only executed if the condition is satisfied. The condition can be whatever you want, but it must be a Boolean condition. It must return true or false. You have the number comparison, like this case, greater or lower than, you have the negate, you have the equal and the not equal, and you can change multiple Boolean conditions. In this case, it will print go home if the hour is lower than 9 or if the hour is greater than 20. As the hour is 16, it prints nothing. If I change the hour to 5, it shows me go home. And if I put 23, it shows me go home too. You will have all the Boolean conditions. You will have all the Boolean operators, the AND and the OR operators, and you can use parentheses if you have a too complicated condition. In this case, it will print go home also if the hour is between 12 and 14 included. And I have the else keyword. The else is the opposite of the if. If you go inside the if, you will never go inside the else. And if you go inside the else, you will never go inside the if. With the value of 10, it satisfies none of the conditions in the if clause, so it jumps into the else. But what if I want two conditions with 3 behaviors? Yeah, good idea. It's like another if in the middle. You can have as many as you want. And as with the else, it's exclusive. You can't enter in two ifs. If it enters in the first one, it won't enter in the second nor in the third. If it enters in the second one, it won't enter in the first nor in the third one. And I can have as many as I want. But be aware that this has not the same behavior as removing the else. This way, removing the else, all of this is not a single block. There are two separated blocks. When finishing the first block, I go to the next block. Having the else all belongs to the same block. Do you see now the flow control? How some parts of the code are executed or not, depending on some conditions. Do you see the importance of the Boolean conditions? I hope, because this is the way an application works. A real application works. With a lot of if conditions, with a lot of flow control. Let's join a little bit those if conditions below. Read the comments and run the tests until they're green. You can find them in the test folder, if condition test. Right click, run as JUnit test. Turn this bar green. Okay, the if conditions are fine, but sometimes you just want a simple check. A quick check, like it's an edit, yes or no, it's daytime, yes or no. Instead of writing the if condition, the curly brackets, and setting the same variable in both the if and else, you can use the ternary operator. This line makes the same as all of this. This way you return two different values, the yes or the no, depending on this condition. Which means that this only works to return values to a single variable. The first part will be returned if this condition is true, and the second part will be returned if this condition is false. Let's do a quick test to know if you understood it, and continue. Read the comments and run the tests, which are in the test folder, Ternary Operator test. The previous if condition started to be very long, and if I want to add more cases, it will be longer and harder to read. For this kind of if conditions, with a check on a single variable, we have the switch case. Given a variable, hour, I can run a piece of code depending on its value. Seems good, no? But there are some limits. I can check, as before, Boolean conditions, like greater than or lower than. Not yet, not until the version 14 of Java. You will be able to do it, but not for now. To do this, I have to specify each single value. But I can change the cases. In the same line or in separated lines as I want. And you have to explicitly specify when to exit a piece of code with the break statement. otherwise it will continue to the following case, and you have the default case. Which groups the rest of the values. You can use numbers, characters, strings, booleans, or enums. Soon we will see the enums. See, the switch case is more compact than chaining if-else conditions. It's easier to read. Let's practice a little bit below to be familiar with its usage. Read the comments, run the tests, and turn the bar green. The tests are located in the test folder, switch cases test. When all done, you can run them all at once. In the test folder, right-click, run JUnit test. It will run all the tests, and you can check the answers if you want in another link in the video's description. But it will be interesting to know how many time did you spend trying to turn the bar green. Put in the comments how many time it took you to correct all the tests. How do you feel now? Because now you can develop some applications in Java. You have the main concepts, the objects and the flow control. You just need the for loops of the next video and you are ready for anything. Click on the like button if you enjoyed and subscribe for more videos. Bye.